and maybe even take Fiend and Balthazar down to go back for a little bit of a salty run back against Wesley and Legit. So we'll find out in just a moment here, but we're going to get it kicked off here with the map bans. Of course, Miami Dome, Mammoth, and Enigma left on the board, and we're going to go to Mammoth.
Mammoth Fortress. That's going to be kicking off game 1. Fiend and Balthazar, Double Bryn, DB, and Stardeath on that Hattori and Bodvar. Got axes and spears against swords. Oh my gosh, they're just chasing Balthazar. I don't know how it seems to happen. I feel like everyone in the South American region, they just know how incredibly powerful Fiend is in singles and doubles. And they just kind of identify, let's focus down Balthazar first. That seems to be everybody's game plan, whether it nips them in the butt or not. It's always, let's focus Balthazar early, get all that damage.
Like if this is the idea that they collapse on Balthazar, either they're going to be incredibly successful, take Balthazar out really early. They did get the stock here, but at what cost? DB is deep in the red. Stardeath actually in a pretty good position here. Fiend can usually use this opportunity of no one coming in to focus him down to get some damage off, and it looks like DB has suffered quite a bit for it.
Yeah, big damage, and with it, that's enough for taking out DB. Stardeath almost sent off Balthazar, having to work his way around that ground pound. Fiend with the amazing save, but DB there to cancel it out. They're just juggling Balthazar back and forth. Finally, the snipe taking him out, and they take out Fiend. Absolutely crazy plays. I really thought the red team had those saves on lock, but DB and Stardeath, they just had the answer at every turn.
Fiend almost had a third save coming off the back end. The weapon throw just barely stuffing it out and connecting for the KO, but if that was just a tad bit lower, a tad bit later, that would have been a save, a third one onto Balthazar to get him back. Fiend doing all the work he can to keep his teammate alive.
Jeez, and Balthazar getting rocketed up, almost taken out, and there it is off the right-hand side, and now Fiend, 2 stocks left to contend with the 5 on the blue team. Jeez, they are just chasing Fiend down, weapon starving him out, Fiend having to fight unarmed for so incredibly long, finally gets an axe, but smacked out.
Neutral air is going to find that connection and the KO on the left side. 1 stock left for Fiend. 5 stocks left for DB and Stardeath. Not an impossible task. It is not over until it's over.
Ooh.
Whoa, there we go. And
all right.
That. Fiend with a clash, looking for the down air. DB having to recover over to the other side of the stage. Weapon denial to keep Stardeath from being able to pick any advantage. That's going to be a KO from the teammate. They can afford that, though, having so many stocks on the back end. 1 stock left on DB, though, and they have to be very, very... Oh, nice, perfect dodge.
Yeah, Fiend having to be so slippery, just threading the needle every single time. I mean, he's taken a little bit of chip damage here and there, but nothing that really sets him up. Oh, that sets him up for a really poor edge guard here. Spent the gravity cancel, got smacked out. Does he have enough to make it back? He bet it all on the hit, but DB circling around him. The pogo to give game number 1 to DB and Stardeath.
Yeah, he could have tried to guarantee a touchback by doing a up left diagonal dodge and then doing a down air through the bottom to try and
Look
reposition.
At that juggle, Balthazar.
But he went for...
I'm sorry, but that replay is just ridiculous. I'm going to be talking about that tomorrow for sure.
Oh,
it was going to be like, what the heck just happened here? Oh, I mean, bet it all on the strike.
I mean, look, if it was successful, he gets the chase dodge and potentially another KO. So that risk reward is definitely worth it if he connects, because otherwise he's still at a massive disadvantage. Forcing the 2v1, even temporarily, is going to give him that much more of an opportunity to bring it back. But Fiend
as
right
far
now,
back
game
as he
number
was,
2.
I don't fault him at all. He had to go for the big plays. Now, hopefully, game number 2 here, they're able to give themselves a little bit closer, so you don't have to lunge as far. You don't have to do those leap of faith moments to try and bring it back.
Neutral air, getting a little bit of damage built up. Balthazar playing a little bit more of a back position. Fiend trying to take the lead here. Stardeath getting taken down, though. And Fiend getting pressured down, ground pound off stage, pressuring, not going to find the KO, though. And this is going to be a little bit more. The neutral sig actually coming to fruition, almost taking DB out, but not quite.
Yeah, Stardeath, he was a little too late to save his friend from the from that full attack, but still managed to trade almost even damage on it.
Fiend looking for the sidelights, the neutral light. Stardeath with the hammer, looking for the neutral airs. A double down sig pickup. The side sig pickup in return from DB, though, is going to find the KO. And Fiend and Balthazar both having a little bit of trouble, not able to find any, not able to find a KO on a Stardeath just yet. DB, though, is approaching the red health, so this could be a good opportunity for the red team to really capitalize on some. How is DB still alive?
Oh my
what the
gosh.
heck?
Big weapon tosses. DB getting out underneath both of them. Stabilizes back on stage, but banged around for his trouble. Whoa! He went so high up for that knockout. Took out Fiend quite early. So now that gives the blue team a slight advantage.
Recovery from Balthazar, trying to find someone up the top, trying to find a little bit of damage at the very least. Fiend, though, with the axe plays, looking for a little bit more damage here. Stardeath punish. Started with the stop approach, not able to find the connections. Fiend, more aerials coming in. The down air, or the ground pound onto Balthazar. He can't get back. Oh, he did get a hit. Got the chase dodge. He was about to touch the wall, but it was not even close, baby. DB says as he gets that down air confirmed KO onto Balthazar. One stock left for both red team players. This is a bad position for this red team to be in.
Yeah, I mean, you can see whenever you've got somebody down on their final stocks, luckily they've got a pretty good target in DB. They can take him out here. They can get that 2v1. And they do! Up off the top. Now they've got the 2v1 against Stardeath. Let's see, can Stardeath be as slippery as Fiend was last game? Hopefully extend. Luckily, he only has to take out 2 stocks. But against the likes of Fiend and Balthazar, that is still a tall order.
Oh, we have a combo coming up between Fiend and Balthazar. Missing the neutral sig and hitting the recovery, getting started almost off the top. They do have this opportunity that's not going to KO just yet. The weapon throw not connecting. Balthazar hovering the ledge. Fiend with the down air. Stardeath trying to get over to the other side of the map. Careful movement. Weapon pickup. We're going to see another weapon throw. Stardeath going back. He can't
made his
get
choice.
The touch.
Oh my gosh. So just covered off the side. That's going to tie up the set 1-1. Fiend and Balthazar on the board. Not letting DB and Stardeath hit that flow state run of several early victories as they've been experiencing in the past.
It's going to be a much harder game for them all to get through. It's not going to be a stomp fest. It's not going to be a slug fest. It is going to be a chop. It's going to be a long, arduous chopping journey like a lumberjack trying to cut down a redwood. It's going to take quite a while and a lot of work, but you know it's going to get done eventually.
Yeah, and it looks like we're just going to continue that right on to Crystal Temple. Still running the double Bryn for Fiend and Balthazar. DB Stardeath sticking with the tried and true Dory Bodvar matchup.
Fiend looking for the weapon pickup here. The neutral light coming out right now. Side light pickup and the double down light pickup and the double side light. That's a lot of good damage on to both of these blue team players. And now Fiend looking for a little bit more here, consolidating around, just not trying to get hit nearly as much. And Fiend is doing a pretty good job at just holding on to as much damage as he possibly can. Balthazar doing the exact same. Stardeath taking the fall, and that's going to be a very early 25-second KO for the red team.
Oh, DB in danger on the right-hand side. Falls down. Now it's 6 stocks to 4. Red team, decent advantage.
Balthazar, nice little damage extension there from the neutral light, the neutral air. Down there, coming to connect. Fiend trying to make his way back to stage. Going to play a very careful game. Actually not going to go for the aggressive option for once. not going for that down air to get a little extra damage onto DB. Just going to play it a little safe. Uh-oh, getting bounced across the ground. Still alive. Weapon throw, though. Is going to stuff out a few options. Still has the recovery, I think? No, but he still does get back.
Man, that was kind of crazy because both red team members were off on the right-hand side. They had to dodge weapon tosses coming in at 2 different angles, and somehow they both managed to split and nobody got hit. Stardeath now down to his final stock. DB caught in the combo, down to his final stock. 6 stocks to 2. Balthazar and Fiend are just going off.
Whoa. But the spawn immediately, he knew he had no time to spare. DB immediately coming in with the recovery, finding the KO off the top, and that was going to otherwise be absolutely devastating for the blue team. Losing Stardeath right there at the very end, forcing that 2v1. They almost had it. Balthazar and Fiend almost closing that stock. Finally getting it, though. DB all by himself. 2 stocks each on Balthazar and Fiend, so this is a little bit too much for DB to get through. We will see if he can at least get a few off, but it's so fresh on these stocks that I think DB is going to just have a little bit too much trouble here. And there it goes.
Yeah.
There's the pickup, the completion, the confirmation, and the finisher all in one. 2-1 in the set now. Fiend and Balthazar 1 game away from getting to that grand final.
Yeah, geez. And I mean, just look at this. Just spreading their advantage so incredibly wide. They've always had at least a solid 2-stock lead, if not 3, 4 even. And the practiced combo right here to close it out. Perfect.
All right,
that sets it up 2-1. Fiend and Balthazar's favor as we're going on into game number 4.
Game 4. And Game 4 is starting in just a second. Shipwreck, Mammoth, and back to Small Enigma. An enigma on why it is picked so often. But, you know, if it works and they like it, then it is what it is, and we shall see how it benefits both teams.
South American region, they just like this map. I don't think there's really any other way to say it. Each region does have their own favored map picks, their own favored weapons, and even 2v2 comps.
Mm-hmm. That's very true. I mean, if it involves Miami Dome or Brawlhaven, I'm all here for it. If it involves you know, spaced out ranged moves, I'm all here for it. Like if anyone wants to pick Ada, hey, I'll cheer you on. You're my favorite automatically, but I don't think that's going to happen, unfortunately. Stardeath on the approach here, looking for that side sig and finding the KO onto Fiend. And are they going to find the follow-up onto Balthazar? Still surviving a little bit, not going to have enough in the tank to get that wall touch as he drops down low, down to the flow. And down he goes. DB and Stardeath taking that.
Oh my gosh!
Victory.
Are
DB
you kidding me?
Another KO right off the top. What is going on here?
That was so wild. The hard chase so far up into the sky. I mean, it is the. Oh my! Are you kidding me? DB is just ending everyone. Almost ended himself there too, bonking his head, but somehow still surviving, trying to delay, make his way back. Not enough options left. Wait, no! Hold on! DB still alive. He managed to just tap the bottom corner.
If DB doesn't die and he gets all 6 KOs, okay.
Oh.
I was about to say, I was just going to walk away because I don't need to see anything else. But
yeah, DB definitely the MVP of this match.
Good Lord, getting all the KOs, getting so much damage. If he doesn't have over 700 damage built up by the end of the game, I have no idea.
Jeez, I mean, with how early he was getting those knockouts over in the reticles, like, he might not even have the chance to get 700 damage. Those were so efficient!
One more KO and he's got all 6. He's got all 6 gym badges.
Oh my gosh,
like
I
Gary
can't
Oak.
believe this.
Whoa!
Oh, come on!
One more. Just Stardeath, let him have it.
Jeez.
Oh, okay, Stardeath had 2. Just kidding. Just kidding. It would have been 5 piece.
All right,
but
still.
Still. It's okay, so it's not as egregious, but I'll take it.
But look at this turnaround that DB did over in the top right, and then it was just like quickly
and then another
followed
one
over on the
DB
side.
Goes 1, 2, just right all off the side. Look at that. Oh my God, the chase down is beautiful. DB
And then
again,
smack him
look at
down.
This is just a DB highlight compilation right now. Trying to take people off the top, and this has finally started finding a KO.
Jeez.
I mean, he did find another one at some point earlier in the match, but still, at least he gets a highlight.
Man. I know, like, leave some for the rest of everyone, DB. Come on, my gosh.
A hog at the dinner table, not sharing any of the fun food.
All the highlights are mine, no one else.
All this mac and cheese is for
No
me.
give, only highlight.
Although that's less of a South American dish, so I'll have to think of something that goes there. Just generically saying Brazilian steakhouse, I don't think that works.
Not quite, because, I mean, here they are still just chopping away. Damage pretty even. But man, it is tied up 2-2. We're here, Game 5. This is the last possible match of this set.
All right. Production reminding me that there are, in fact, 8 gym badges, even though Gary O did get 10 of them in the original series. Just saying. Anyway, I mean, but they are correct. Only 6 in Brawlhalla. Either way, Balthazar finding the KO off the top. No, Stardeath just barely surviving. And just barely surviving. Stardeath looking for another hit off the top. Balthazar just barely surviving as well. So many just close calls here. And Stardeath getting taken off the top. No, off the side. And there we go. The side air confirming that KO. 2 stocks on DB and Stardeath, and full stocks on Balthazar and Fiend.
Ooh, DB just slicing his way in. That side signature definitely hitting pretty hard. You heard it there in the bass boost on the sound strike. Now Balthazar and Fiend so incredibly damaged, but the tall ceiling of this stage, able to save Fiend, couldn't do the same for Balthazar. He was too far gone. Fiend short to follow.
And then following it up with a recovery off the top from the top platform. That blast zone is only high if you're not coming, or starting at least, from that top platform. If you're starting at the top platform, it's one of the shortest blast zones in the game.
Gotta be careful.
It's all relative.
So now a little bit of a lead for the red team here, especially if they can manage to score the knockout onto DB, who had such an amazing performance last game. You know they don't want to let him sit around for too long. Ooh, chopping him up, sending him away. Oh, friendly fire, but still, DB survives.
Fiend with the approach, looking for the side air or side light, something to start things off. Stardeath with the approach, looking for a falling side air perhaps. Ooh. No, side light. KO on the right side is going to be very beneficial for this red team as they nearly have this closed out. Stardeath in the red. DB on his last stock and already getting that damage built up all over the place. Neutral state coming out, not going to connect and find the KO on Stardeath. Fiend needs to come over and help. And it looks like he's trying. Weapon throw from Stardeath. Ground pound not going to connect, even though it was a slow roll down the wall. And now Fiend on the approach. The side air would have found that KO on Stardeath. They're really, really looking for this. Not able to find it still. How much defense does this Bodvar have? Because I guarantee you it's not 5, and it's definitely not 6.
I mean, at least once more. He's going to keep surviving hits until he doesn't. And you know what? Right now, he's got to make it stretch for all that it is worth. They managed to tie up the stocks. Oh, couldn't save your teammate from that strike, and you pay for it with your stock. DB now left alone, but he can't afford a single more hit. Bouncing off of that top platform probably saved his life.
DB holding onto the lower end of the wall. Fiend holding onto the weapon. Balthazar going to grab this weapon, probably make a throw down to this, try and stuff out the attempt, but not even necessary. Fiend finds it with the side air. And
that's going to be a 3-2 victory for Fiend and Balthazar. They get the chance going back up into Grand Finals. They're going to face against Wesley and Legit.
And this is the penultimate contest for the championship of the low-tier city 2v2 side of South America and the entire whole rest of the tournament. This is the last game of low-tier city. So if you have been here watching since the beginning of the 1v1 side of things, then
last weekend, yeah,